I feel like this is relevant to a lot of people. Probably if you're watching this, you have internet friends. That's just an assumption I'm gonna make. You have friends online. So I went to Bristol last week to meet 3 of my friends. Robin lives in Bristol, and I was meeting her, and I was meeting Katie and Keisha.
I came to Bristol and met friends! I'm so happy. It's been such a great day, but I forgot to actually get my camera out until this point. I mean, it's a good thing, almost. Yeah, it's a good thing that your bus was late, because otherwise I would have forgotten to film you at all. We went and saw Jupiter Ascending, which was magical. You should see that film. You should definitely see that film. There are not words to express just how incredible that film was. Robin thinks it was shit.
It was shit.
It was entertaining.
It was not shit.
It was entertaining, but it was terrible.
Eddie Redmayne, Milo Kunis, Channing Tatum, Space Dog. Space Dog. I love dogs. It's not a pickup line. Channing Tatum.
I'm gonna put, like, instead of my normal Tumblr link, I'm gonna put the link to my Jupiter Ascending tag, just so that, like, if you go there, you can get a flavour, a feel, if you will, for just how incredibly great this movie is and how you need to see it. It's the morning after, and, well, the afternoon after, because, you know, we slept in like responsible adults. We slept for like 12 hours. I'm so proud of us. And Katie has given me beautiful Space Princess eyeliner from Lush because I'm worth it. Now we're gonna go to Asda and get food because, well, hunger happens to human beings.
Now.
Yeah. Is it actually? It is, isn't it?
Yes, it's like...
But I learned a lot about our mutual friends on that trip. Just like things that I'd missed out on Twitter, because I don't spend all my time on Twitter, contrary to what some people might think looking at my family right now. Just things that I'd missed out on, friend drama that had happened that I just had gone over my head completely. And it was kind of strange in a way, because I realised that, like, I've been friends with, you know, this bunch of people for at least a year now. Like a year and a bit, I'd say, a year and a quarter. I was introduced to, like, my online social life, which is mainly on Twitter. I introduced to this bunch of people anyway, through Robin, who I knew through university. So we were friends on Facebook, and we started talking about Les Mis, probably, and I got a link to her Tumblr, she got a link to mine, and she'd made a load of other friends through Tumblr, through the Les Mis fandom, and then, like, Twitter happened, so that's how I met a lot of these people. And they all sort of, like, moved on from Les Mis, and I'm still here, writing fic for Les Mis. Like, we had that common ground to start with, and then, you know, people changed, move on to other things, other fandoms, and, you know, their opinions on things have changed, and their viewpoints have changed, and they've changed, you know, quite a lot in some cases, which is good, you know, people evolving and stuff. But, like, this trip, and, you know, just talking to them offline, made me think about my friendship habits. Because, like, I had a big gang of friends in primary school, and then I had, like, no friends in secondary school because I was bullied. I had 4 friends that I talked to on a regular basis, and everyone else was off limits. And then in my second secondary school, I had Kerry and Connie, and those were, like, the people I came away with, you know. I'm still friends with them. And, like, pretty much no one else from secondary school, from Chiltern anyway, I don't think I really stay in regular contact with. So I've always been one of those people who has a tiny, tiny select group of friends, just, like, 1 or 2 people I'm very, very close to. And then everyone else I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm vague acquaintances with, I'm friendly with, but not very close, you know? Which is in quite contrasting to both of my sisters, who both have really huge friendship groups. Which means that I feel like I've avoided a lot of friendship drama. I've been lucky, I guess, with having friends that, like, are, you know, the clearly friends for life sort of thing. And maybe it's just harder to find that online. Harder for me, at least. Because, like, online you learn things that are more intimate, but at the same time, like, you learn things that aren't in as much depth. Like, you'll know, you know, what triggers someone, but you won't necessarily know why, or if there's any history attached to that. You'll know that, you know, people have really strong viewpoints on these particular things. You won't necessarily know whether anything in their life has influenced those views. You'll know what their favourite things are, their favourite movies, songs, that sort of thing, but not necessarily their family situation. It's a weird contrast to the things you learn about people offline. You tend to ask more direct questions, I feel, because, you know, your tone can come across a lot less rude than it can online. If you ask someone a more direct question about their family, it can be seen as very nosy and very intrusive, but, you know, offline, it's more normal, I think. It's just, you know, friendly curiosity. And I think what that comes down to is choice. Like, when you're interacting with people offline, you see them not as they would exactly choose to represent themselves, if that makes sense. You see them interacting with other people who aren't you, and you see them, you know, moving through life in a more physical way, which makes a difference, I think. And online, everything you see has been chosen to be shared, you know, even if it's completely banal, even if it's, you know, too much information, even if it's on private accounts. And, you know, offline you can't make that sort of choice. People see you whether you choose to share it or not. And I found that people tend to be a lot more candid offline. Like, they'll say things offline that they definitely wouldn't online. Not like offensive things or anything like that, just, you know, they'll be more honest, and people, you know, are more willing to ask more direct questions to initiate that sort of honesty. And perhaps that's because, you know, we know that those moments aren't going to be recorded forever, and other people won't be able to see them beyond that tiny group you're sharing it with. And, you know, memory isn't perfect, and it's not going to be there. Your exact words aren't going to be there. Your point will be. You know, they'll remember the point you were making, but not your exact words, which can make a huge difference. The privacy thing is a big deal, I think, because, like, I, at least, am hyper aware of what I put online. You know, I toyed with the idea of making private side accounts for things that I wouldn't be comfortable sharing on my main Twitter, which is the only Twitter account I've ever had. It still sticks with me that, like, you shouldn't put anything on the internet that, you know, anything on the internet can be made public. Accounts can be hacked, information can be leaked, websites can make mistakes. I've made friends online and off, but the differences between, like, the interaction level kind of bums me out sometimes. And it feels like sometimes that the friends I've made offline are kind of more enduring than the friends I've made online, possibly because it's much easier to slip away online. You know, if someone's information vanishes. I remember I had a friend last year. She was quite young, and her parents didn't approve of her having an online presence, and so she just disappeared one day. And, like, we found out through a friend who had, like, her Skype address and stuff and her email address, a more direct means of communication, that, you know, she was okay, nothing had happened, she'd just been, you know, banned from going on Twitter and on Tumblr and stuff. But that was really scary for a moment, and especially if, you know, you have friends in vulnerable places and they just, it's very easy for them to just vanish, which is, it's harder to do that if you know someone offline. And it can feel sometimes like the foundation of an offline relationship can be more grounded than an online one, which sucks. Like, can we get on teleportation already, please? How do you feel about this whole issue? Do you feel like your more enduring friendships have been made online, off, both, either? Do you have internet friends that you want to meet, that you plan to meet? So yeah, give me your thoughts. See you next time. Bye.